For me, it's the emotion that I feel and also when I sit long time in satsang, sometimes it feels like the energy is becoming more and more.
Yes.
And there's also something.
And what do you feel like doing when it's rising? What do you want to do?
Well, I try sometimes not to identify and just stay focused.
Yes.
But if I really feel these feelings, it feels actually much better. I feel it's more. Something is getting free then,
Okay.
So that's the whole thing, I think.
Okay. What is important, and you touched on it, is that even such a very strong sensation that comes,
yes,
you are aware of it, no?
Yes.
You're aware of it, and you try not to feed into it too much, but it is present, and
yes,
energetically, it cannot be ignored. It's there,
yes,
and it is now traveling up. It wants to be expressed, either as you're doing through words. Sometimes people have to shout or something. That may happen, and then it passes. Very often, we see people sometimes in satsang, and they're like this.
yes.
And something is coming, and others next to them, whoa.
Yeah, that happens also, yes.
It is okay. It's okay. It is okay. And but no further attention is given to it. No story is formed around it. So it is allowed just to be expressed. And you keep your attention inside that stable place. So there should be more a state of neutrality and rest. That is the abiding place of the mind, is to be at rest, not always in gear, but a kind of neutrality, an expansiveness, or a spaciousness. You see? Very often when we are thinking too much or very much, it's because there is little trust in life. And so we're strategizing. The mind gets into a mode of thinking what's next, or assessing constantly your state and chattering, also this type of thing, which I encourage that you are aware of it, but keep the attention resting inside the stillness. And in a short time, you will begin to experience that you are very well and satisfied here. The chattering mind is thinning away. Why? Because it needs your interest, identity, belief to sustain itself. Otherwise, it just melts away. One time it will come when the psychological mind its voice will become insignificant for you. You will hardly notice it, as your inner sense is more a space of serenity, of silence, joy, completeness. So this observing is very important for everybody, that you don't identify with the traffic of sensations that come in the being, in the body, in the mind, that you're aware of them, but don't give too much importance to them. Don't get involved in them. But at the same time, don't close yourself off. Don't be tight. You can relax. The eyes can be open, the senses can be open, but they are not shopping for sensations. Then what happens is, very often the psychological mind or the personal mind is feeding from impressions that it is seeing externally, feeding. And so your energies are always spent outwardly. But as you begin to give more attention to that root feeling of being, the pull to go out will become less. and more replaced by a feeling of stability, of silence and joy. Activities will still happen, but there will be less story around them. Eventually, you will see that your life comes back to a beautiful spontaneity again. Feel more intuitive, more connected with and in harmony with the flow of existence. Yet internally, total serenity and peace. It has already begun for many and continues to become stronger and more stable, you see. So there's room for expressions come. We don't have to even analyze them, you see. When the time comes to look more deeply into a sensation or to more analytically, you will intuitively get the sense, I want to look at this, rather than you feel commanded to be picking up everything and studying everything, which leaves a kind of a noise inside your being. So a natural state of mind is to be in this beautiful neutrality, resting, you see. And when these sensations are sometimes very strong, some Shakti is coming, but still it can be expressed without any noise, without any inner disturbance. It is just allowed to be expressed, and no spiritual significance is given to it. It's okay. Now you look very calm and peaceful.
Yes. Okay.